Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here, and today I'm proud to say I might be the first to actually scale Animal Kaiser. Now, Animal Kaiser is a game that actually came out in 2007, so yeah, very long time ago. Around the same time as the first Transformers movie, I believe, right? And this game was basically based off kind of like the Dinosaur King arcade game, right? Where you had your basic animals, and you would use them to fight against the other animals. But let me tell y'all this verse is a lot more powerful than a lot of people give it credit for. Let's begin. So let's start off with the lowest end scaling possible. Now, every animal is in this game, and I mean every animal. Every animal we know today, and some of the ones that are extinct as well. Yeah, this game even has dinosaurs, but I'll get into that a bit later. So basically, as you guys can see here, this is a black hole created in a casual feat from an animal. And you have specific animals, mainly the lions in general are the strongest ones there. So you have characters like Scorch, who is, again, has two forms here. And as his death form is a lot stronger than his first. So you could actually say the basic animals are around star level. Or if you want to go higher, considering they're able to create black holes very casually, you could say this is solar system level. Then you have characters like Scorch Jr., who beat his father, which would again put him at, I guess you could say, Solar System Plus. Then we get into the higher stuff with Admiral Eraser, who's been able to casually destroy planets and galaxies. This is important because he's above the rest of his troops, known as the Invaders, except for the whale, Vertus, who's his boss, who are all able to destroy galaxies, and he's above them. So this will make Admiral Eraser at least universal levels in power, or at the low end, galaxy level plus. However, Vertus in his golden whale form would be universal. However, his second form actually surpasses his original form, or his golden form, where he is now a threat to actually eat the entire universe. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This is the guy that has literally eaten galaxies for breakfast on some Unicron and Galactus type stuff. Except he actually goes bigger and just eats the whole galaxy like that. Yeah, he also has several statements that he's a threat to the entire universe as well. So, yeah, I think multiversal is where we, definitely where we, get to that scaling point, right? And I think it's important here because when we get to talk about these basic animals, their scaling to these guys is also important. Because again, just like any other game, they can scale up to the higher level beings. Again, remember that this is mainly a game and not too much of a TV show. Even though I kind of think it should have been, but it wouldn't have had the same effect as King. Now, when it comes to the animals, we have to understand that they are very unique in their own ways. Each of them have their own traits and their own fighting styles. For example, the hippos can actually use sumo wrestling, and the gorillas can actually use martial arts. Yeah, so everything has its own thing here. However, the scariest part about these animals is versatility. So imagine a bat summoning magma beneath you. Yeah, the bat. You know, no typing, no nothing. It just summons the lava like it's nothing. And that's one of the few things I like about this better than Dinosaur King. It doesn't limit its animals at all. You can see a crocodile summoning these lightning storms capable of scorching entire countries if you wanted to. And you can even see a shark make black holes. Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but again, a shark is making black holes. And yes, these are the moves with, their names on them. However, these are not limited to any animal at all. Any animal at all. So none of these moves here are tied down to a specific animal, which actually makes it great. These guys can summon any form of meteor, from fire to lightning to ice. Yes, they can summon ice meteors, and they will all be faster than light. However, when we get into transformations, this is where we get into a very good, guess you could say, power increase. Now, like I said, with the super dinosaur forms, they should be above their regular forms. or these super animal forms or the awakened forms are tied to 4, if not 5 specific animals. And this would include Master Leo, who is the main character here. So these 4 animals each have their own super form. There's Blue the shark, Harry the hippo, Jumbo the gorilla, and Icarus the eagle. All have their super forms, which would actually allow them to compete and beat up Virtus. Then you have Scorch in his blazing Scorch form, who is able to go toe-to-toe with all 5, as you can see here. This would again put this around the Multiversal Plus level calibers, and you would actually get into the, I guess you could say, into the Hyperversal area. Now you might say, whoa, Legendary, what can these guys do? Well, these guys can do anything they want. They have size manipulation, matter manipulation, molecular manipulation. They have life force, they have life force absorption. They even have poison manipulation for like the snakes and the insects. Yeah, they got giant bugs in here. So, any arachnophobics or insectophobes here, I am very sorry, but you're gonna have to endure that if you guys see it. So yeah, these guys actually have a very good amount of scaling and versatility. They even have, feats where they are able to literally warp reality, being able to warp reality around them and even, shape reality around themselves, sorry. Even being able to distort and even crack open, things like space and time pretty easily. So you could argue they're in the Hyperversal level for animals. If not, you could probably make the argument Hyperversal Plus, or maybe whatchamacallit, what am I looking for? What's the word? Sorry, it's late at night when I'm making this. I would have to say low outer. And I think this is important here because the scaling for these animals, yes, it sounds ridiculous when you say, oh yeah, a gorilla could be outerversal. The tarantula in your hand is outerversal. But again, you have to remember, this is from this franchise. All right? The scaling is there. The movement is there. Everything's there. Now, what would I say is the speed of the verse? All right? And I think that's very easily. It would have to be many times faster than light. This comes from them being able to fight against the galactic invaders, who are known to take up the forms of constellations. All right? However, that's not all. They're able to all move at massively faster than light speeds because they all cross from galaxy to galaxy, destroying or letting Virtus eat it. There also is some light manipulation in the verse as well, and they actually do have moves that are based around manipulating light itself. So it's very consistent in this verse for them to be faster than light, or many times faster than light, because you're fighting a galaxy crossing whale, for crying out loud. I think he's a humpback or a blue whale. I think it makes more sense to have him as a blue whale, I believe. Whatever the Cetian species is at the moment, it really doesn't matter because, again, this is a galaxy-crossing whale with no form. Yes, these space invaders actually don't have a form. They don't. So we don't know what their true forms actually look like. So again, with these characters having, well, true forms, this actually makes them a lot more dangerous. You could actually say that they have a much higher level or much higher plane of existence. However, they are not the strongest in the verse. No. Despite all that, Master Leo, the 4 other masters, despite these creatures, despite these, they're not even the strongest in the verse because they're actually slightly weaker than the dinosaurs. Yeah, we actually have dinosaurs in here. So, they're not in the same ballpark as those from Dynasty King. The Tyrannosaurus here is not in the same as Terry, and the Dunkleosteus and is not in the same league as the Ophthalmosaurus is from the Dynasty King verse. No. But they are, in a way, unique in their own way, and this would, again, have that Multiversal Plus level scaling, or again, adding another additional layer of, I guess you could say, somewhat cosmology scaling. Because again, these dinosaurs are coming from space and time and being able to tear through it into timelines that they deemed, worthy to conquer here. So these dinosaurs would actually scale to these animals pretty simply. And as I gave earlier, even the base level animals have things like solar system level plus And then you have the super animals, which are the ones that are able to compete with them, meaning they're equal to the super animals, which would make them at least multiversal plus, or at least into the hyperversal category. All right. So despite all that, they're not even the strongest beings in there. Yes, again, this is a character that is literally beyond all of them. And this is very important here because this is where we get into the Galactic Emperor, the End. Yeah, that's actually his name. Not very creative. Maybe something like Dragonix or the Dragon Master. So this final boss here, the Galactic Emperor, is actually a casual time manipulator. Like, he's able to bend it, shape it, and mold it to his will. You can actually count that as like reality warping and space-time manipulation together. However, the Galactic Emperor is actually so strong that no one could really beat him, at least not in a one-on-one confrontation, unlike Master Leo, who had to go through some serious, I guess you could say, character development or character growth here to really get to where he is here. And again, he doesn't have a physical form. All right, these are not physical forms. They're spiritual in a way. So you can actually say that these animals have, like, I guess you could say some spiritual or in some ways, you know, like astral levels of attack potency. So in all honesty, yeah, these guys are ridiculously overpowered. The verse in general, I do believe, is very underrated. I think that it doesn't get as much love and it doesn't get as much shine because when I will be honest here, I completely forgot about this verse for a while. And I remember I stumbled upon this verse by accident when I was actually watching some Dinosaur King when I was younger. And then lo and behold, I had this for a recommendation. I clicked on it and I absolutely loved it. Fast forward years later now, I never thought I'd actually be scaling Animal Kaiser, today. I actually think this game does deserve at least an animated series, kind of like how Digimon is. But overall, you guys, that's all I really have to say here. I would definitely give them the multiversal plus to at least hyperversal. You can probably make the argument baseline outer with the super galactic, the Galactic Emperor being maybe Skyfather tier because he's higher than the rest of them, or at least in his versus way, Skyfather tier. But let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you all are doing great and having a blessed day. Peace.